Go.
Hello, I'm Shawn McFarland. I'm here today with Jeremy Gigliotti, formerly of Pleasant Valley High School, East Stroudsburg University, now a member of the San Diego Padres baseball organization. Giggs, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Start off with the obvious. Drafted by the Padres yesterday, I believe. Tuesday. I know it's been a dream of yours. Your thoughts when you finally got that call from the Padres, what it was like?
I actually froze. I got a phone call from the scout. I had his number saved in my phone. I was golfing, and there was a kid that got drafted in our PSAC conference before me, and I was like, I couldn't believe he went before me, and I was kind of upset about it. He's a senior as well. He's an older kid too. And then literally 2 seconds later, my phone rang. It said Andrew Salvo from the Padres was calling, and I got really excited. And actually, my brother was like, I froze, and he's like, pick up the phone. So I picked it up, and he was just like, hey, it's Andrew. Just want to congratulate you. We picked you up in the 19th round, and I'll give you your itinerary soon. Let you know when you're leaving.
They didn't call you beforehand to let you know they were picking you. They just let you know that they did pick you.
Yep.
Okay. I saw your Facebook posts prior to the draft. I can tell you were a little nervous leading up to it. Those 3 or 4 days before the draft, what was it like? Was just the hardest part, the anticipation?
Yeah, the stress level definitely went up. I wasn't really sleeping much. It's very stressful. It's obviously my biggest dream, and it was just kind of hard to sit there and relax. And people are telling me, it's you can't do anything about it anymore. You did what you have to do. And you had a great season. It's my family's very into Christ and stuff. It's in God's hands now, and you can't do anything about it now. And it's still none of that stuff. Like, I mean, yeah, I understand that, but it was still so stressful. Losing sleep. It was a horrible feeling, knowing that I might not get drafted, and I don't know what to do next.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, you did tend to get drafted. It wasn't the easiest road that you took. You had 2 surgeries. One on your elbow in high school, I believe. Then shoulder surgery last year. Is it any more gratifying coming through those 2 surgeries and then having the career that you did and then getting drafted? Does it make it feel like everything was worth it, that long road that you took?
Absolutely. I mean, I did have those obstacles I had to, get over, and it was hard to come back, from the second surgery. Obviously, I had to take a red shirt. I thought I was ready. I wasn't ready. It was a great decision to red shirt, and I couldn't have asked for a better resume, to even possibly have someone interested in me for my senior season. I came back as good as I ever could.
It was a remarkable senior season. Like I said, following the shoulder surgery, 1.04 ERA for the season, the lowest ERA in school history since 1985. You set single season records for hits per 9, batting average against, and shutouts in a season. Knowing that you were coming off surgery, what was your mindset going in, and did you feel that you could possibly have a season like you did?
My mindset was, I was stressed in the beginning of the season too. I was nervous. I was hoping that my shoulder was going to be fine. Yeah, I was throwing bullpens before the season started, but it's different when you throw a bullpen compared to when there's a batter in the box. I went out for my first outing in North Carolina, and I threw 3 innings, and I actually threw fine. And it was 3 innings, so I was like, maybe, I don't know, am I back, am I not back, I don't know yet. But once I pitched the next outing in Florida, I went 7 innings, 12 strikeouts. I was like, okay, I think everything's going to be okay. It's time to relax and just do what you do. And obviously, it all played out the way I wanted it to.
I mean, I know you're confident with your abilities, but could you ever have imagined having a season like you did?
I honestly had I didn't think I was ever going to have a season like this. I mean, I knew I'm confident, I knew I can pitch, like I've been doing it for my whole life. I just didn't think that a season like this would ever come about at all. And then to finally get drafted, I mean, it's still an out-of-body experience for me right now. I still don't even know what's happening.
Okay, well, through the season, Mansfield pitched a no-hitter, 7 innings. What was that game like? I mean, not many pitchers get to say that they've thrown a no-hitter in their careers.
Yeah, that was actually my first one ever at any level. I've had a lot of 1-hitters, a lot of 2-hitters that got broken up at the end of some games. The funny thing is that some of the kids on the team didn't even know it. My catcher still didn't know it. Even after the last strikeout, he gave the ball to the umpire, and he had no clue. It was an exciting atmosphere. I could tell that some people were starting to realize it in the 5th inning. I looked at the scoreboard and the third inning, and I was like, I always do this. I was like, maybe I can actually get it. I actually said something to myself. And a couple guys in the beginning of the game actually said, they were like, yeah, I have a feeling Gates is going to throw a no-hitter. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not. They might have just been, joking around, but it was an incredible experience. Once I got the last strikeout, the fans just went ridiculous. They were screaming like crazy. Even in Mansfield, they actually clapped and stuff, which I thought was nice. I mean, it's a no-hitter. It's a thing you just give respect no matter what. One of their kids on their team in the last inning did try to do a drag bunt to break it up, which some people were kind of upset about it, but that's it's the only way you can maybe break up a no-hitter sometimes is with a bunt, and fortunately I was able to field it, or my third baseman actually fielded it and got him out, so it was good.
What was it like in the dugout? Was it like major leagues where no one talked to you, or did you actually hold conversations with some people?
There was a small dugout, so there was no way I can really,
Get
be
away from it,
on my own on the side or something. Lots of times I come in, if I'm in a zone, I actually listen to my headphones sometimes just to clear my head. Sometimes it's Dave Matthews Band just to like calm me down. They don't talk to me that much. I mean, towards the end, they started getting quiet and they were like, get away from them and stuff. Like I heard people like chat and stuff, but it's not like the majors. It was too small of a dugout to do that.
Okay. Another remarkable statistic that you posted this year: 27 2/3 scoreless innings, PSAC record. It's almost 4 games at the Division II level. What kind of zone were you in when you were going through those 27 innings, and at what point did you realize, hey, it's been a while since someone has actually scored on you?
In the beginning, I got in the zone right away. I had the 3 innings in North Carolina, and then I had, 7.
So this was early on in the season.
I had the 7 shutout innings against Aldous and Brodus. Came against them again in the game for relief. It was bases loaded, no outs, or 1 out. And it might have been no outs actually. Bases loaded, no outs, and I took a chance on obviously breaking it there because it's kind of hard to have an inning with bases loaded, no outs. And I got 2 strikeouts and a ground out to end the inning, so that was pretty sweet. And then I continued it through Cookstown, and then once we played Mansfield, they broke it up, and they actually broke up my scoreless streak that I had going in my junior year too. They were the team to break it up as well. So I think that played a role into it. I think if I didn't think about that so much before the game, I might have been able to extend it. But I was happy I can break the record. It's pretty sweet.
Are you sure those runs would have counted against you even when you came with the bases loaded? I mean, wouldn't they have been inherited to the other pitcher?
Yeah.
Or that still would have counted against your streak?
It would have been his. It would have been his runs, but just the fact that I just wanted to see if I could come in as a closer, and I took a chance because obviously if I did let those runs in, and then obviously one of them was a hit, and then that guy got in, I would have a chance. Being that it was no outs, it was a possibility that someone could score and break it up. But I didn't really go into that game thinking like, oh man, what if I let up runs? Like, what am I going to do? I wanted to just show that I can come out of the bullpen because I didn't know, with the draft, I've heard, sometimes if you're a starter now, you're not going to be a starter, when you get drafted. And I wanted to show that, hey, I can come out of the bullpen and still throw just as, effectively. Okay.
Let's go back to your first career start against Apprentice in 2007. I'm sure it seems like an eternity ago.
It does.
8 strikeouts in your first career appearance. The team went on the win. What do you remember from that day? What was that day like?
I remember being excited. The guys, I had a pretty crazy routine before the game. I always run a lot. I have like a wrestler's mentality, so I wrestled my whole life. And I had it was cold, but I still had 3 sweatshirts on and my Under Armour, and I used to run a lot before games, probably close to a mile, which is the dumbest thing ever. Thank God I toned it down a little bit to maybe 2 poles in the outfield. I go there and back and I'm done. I remember them just busting my chops, because I'm, the rookie on the team going out for the first start. They were busting my chops all game, and it was a fun experience. And I was nervous, but I also wanted to go out and show that, I'm not, some schlep coming out of high school, and I wanted to show that I could be a conference starter on weekends, and I did that.
Okay. Just looking back on your career as a whole, is there any game or any event or any time period that stands out in your mind as something that you'll never forget?
There's so many experiences that I've been through playing with East Stroudsburg. I would have to say playing at regionals, just because it was at a independent league facility, Lancaster Barnstormer Stadium. It was a great stadium, very nice. I would say that just because we made regionals, I mean, not many kids can say that they pitched in regionals and and had a chance to be. We were 3 wins away from making a College World Series for Division II, and if we would have done that, then obviously I would say the greatest experience would be College World Series. But regionals was definitely sweet, just because ESU, we haven't had many great seasons. We've been struggling for a while, and when we got 11th in the nation earlier in the season too, I would say that's a pretty good memory as well.
Okay. You hold numerous records now. You're either first, second, or third in a bunch of statistics. You've been named to a plethora of all-star teams throughout your career. As you said, you went to regionals this year. Is there anything that what one thing would you say that you're most proud of as you look back on your career?
Most proud of would have to be, this whole season as a whole. I'm very happy that I was, selected as the PSAC East Pitcher of the Year and then Regional Pitcher of the Year. My one goal that I didn't hit out of all the goals I set this year was to be National Pitcher of the Year, but the kid that got it, obviously, it's well deserved. He was 24-1 in 2 seasons. Wow. So, I mean, he throws like a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. He deserves it. He throws real well. But if that's the only goal I didn't hit is that, I mean, I'm still satisfied with my season and everything.
And last but not least, I know you say you leave tomorrow. Your upcoming plans, what did the Padres let you know? What's in store for you over the next couple weeks, months?
Yep, I leave 6 a.m. in the morning, going out to Arizona. I just was told that I got to pass the physical, I signed my contract, and I'll know what I'm doing from there. I'm pretty sure I'll probably start out in rookie ball, and hopefully I can work my way up as soon as possible, and obviously make it to the bigs, hopefully in a couple of years.
Okay. Well, Giggs, best of luck to you. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
it.
Thanks for watching. It's Shawn McFarland signing off.